Welcome back, 8th graders. Step right on into the Truth Detective Academy. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for today's explainer. So, what's our mission today? We're diving into the world of evaluating informational texts. We're going to learn exactly how to spot when someone is maybe trying to twist the truth just a little bit, and more importantly, how to become sharp, critical thinkers who don't just blindly believe everything they read. Let's get to it.
Here is what's on the docket for us today. 1. Spotting bias and omission. 2. Catching clear bias. 3. The danger of omission. 4. Uncovering subtle bias. And finally, number 5. Education with biblical morality.
Okay, let's jump right into Section 1, Spotting Bias and Omission.
Now, to be a top-tier truth detective, we really need to lay down some ground rules and understand exactly why digging for the truth matters so deeply to us. James chapter 2, verse 1 says, "Believers in our glorious Lord Jesus Christ must not show favoritism." You see, showing favoritism, it literally twists the truth. When we approach information with a favorite in mind, we're just not seeing clearly, and frankly, neither is the writer. So this isn't just some boring academic exercise for English class, right? This is a core moral issue. We want the truth plain and simple.
First things first, let's define our terms. What exactly is bias? Well, bias is simply a leaning toward or against something. A biased source isn't just making a cute, innocent mistake. Oh no, they will actively twist the facts just to favor one side over the other. It's kind of like tilting a pinball machine so the ball goes exactly where you want it to. Not exactly a fair game, is it?
Next up on our list is omission. And omission is basically just leaving out important information. Remember, sometimes a lie isn't actually what you say, it's what you purposefully don't say. Leaving out key, critical details can make a story completely misleading, and it can lead the reader, that's us, down a totally false path.
Moving right along to Section 2, Catching Clear Bias.
Let's crack open our very first case file and see what bias looks like when it's just sitting right out there in the open, practically waving its arms at us. Imagine this. You're reading a review for a super hyped brand new video game. The reviewer's hyping it up, claiming it's the absolute best game ever with 0 flaws. But hold on a second. You've seen the gameplay videos online, right? And it's totally riddled with terrible bugs and glitches. So ask yourself, why is this review so completely flawless? What would actually motivate a writer to just completely ignore those glaring problems? To crack the case, we've got to look for the red flags. First up, a conflict of interest. Like, what if that reviewer was secretly getting paid by the game's company? That financial connection creates a massive motivation to keep them happy. Second, a skewed perspective. Because they're getting paid, they just conveniently avoid pointing out any of the flaws. And third, a complete lack of balance. They are only highlighting the positives. Let's be real. At that point, they aren't trying to inform you. They're trying to sell you something.
So, here is your core detective takeaway for this one. Always seek independent reviews. Knowing these red flags actually prevents you from getting played by dishonest or incomplete information. Don't just take one clearly biased word for it. Go out there and look for outside, independent opinions so you can find the actual truth before you drop your hard-earned cash.
Okay, let's pivot to Section 3, the danger of omission.
Let's dive into our second case file, which really shows how absolute silence can be just as deceptive as a straight-up lie. Think about this scenario for a second. You're reading a news article about a massive protest happening downtown. The article goes into this incredibly deep detail about exactly why one group is out there protesting and demanding change. But wait, what's missing here? The article completely, 100% ignores the other group of people who are out there resisting the change. They literally aren't mentioned a single time.
This, my friends, is what we call the omission effect, and it is highly, highly manipulative. Why? Because it relies on incomplete coverage of an event. This kind of unbalanced reporting fundamentally shapes unfair opinions. Without actually hearing both sides, you, the reader, end up forming your entire opinion based on half-truths. And here's the real kicker. It has a misleading effect even if every single fact stated in the article about that first group is technically true. Like they say, half the truth is practically a whole lie. So the absolutely crucial thing you have to do is actively ask yourself, what is missing here? You've got to challenge yourself to deliberately seek out what was left out, to fill in those blank spots. Don't just soak up what's right there in front of you. You need to look really closely at the empty spaces, because omissions are incredibly dangerous to how we understand the world around us.
This brings us to Section 4,
Uncovering subtle bias.
All right, this is our final and, honestly, trickiest case file today. This is where the manipulation can just slip right past your radar if you aren't paying super close attention. Take two really simple words, heroic and aggressive. Imagine two totally different groups doing the exact same thing. Let's say passionately defending their position. If a writer slaps the label heroic on group A, boom, you immediately like and support them. But if that same writer labels group B as aggressive, you instantly view them as the bad guys. Their actions are totally identical, but these specific labels change absolutely everything about how you perceive the event. Crazy, right?
To catch this kind of sneaky, subtle bias, you need to hunt for these clues. First off, remember that adjectives carry really deep emotional weight. Second, recognize that this is a hidden influence. It's shaping your feelings without you even realizing it's happening. And third, keep an eye out for the framing effect. This is when the tone and the picture are completely framed for you before you're even given the basic facts. It just goes to show exactly why you absolutely must pay attention to the tone and the connotation of the words you're reading, not just the facts on the page.
And finally, Section 5, Education with Biblical Morality.
Before we wrap this explainer up, it is time for our final exam, where we bring all these amazing new academic skills together. Let's do a quick homework recap. I need you to do 3 things. 1. Define bias and omission clearly in your own words. 2. Explain exactly why omission misleads readers. And 3. Provide your own totally fresh examples of biased language and omitted news. Make sure you knock out these steps so every single one of you is fully equipped to be a brilliant truth detective on paper.
Now, I want you to hear me really clearly on this next part. Education without morality will hurt. As part of the HeroesmartAcademy Godly Learner series, we firmly believe that intertwining biblical morality with your education is completely non-negotiable. I mean, think about it. What is the point of being smart? What's the point of being highly educated, knowing exactly how to cleverly spot bias and omission if you just turn around and continue making bad choices that hurt yourself and others? Being smart is literally pointless if you lack the morality to do what's right with that knowledge.
Let's finish up on this beautiful anchoring promise. Romans chapter 8, verses 6 through 7 promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps their mind spiritual. This is our lived experience, and it's exactly what we see every single day when people truly engage with this material. When your education is guided by a spiritually focused mind, you don't just gain head knowledge, you gain deep, lasting peace, and you tap into the ultimate truth. So my fellow truth detectives, as you go out and evaluate everything you read this week, I want to leave you with this final thought. Are you just looking for the surface-level facts, or are you seeking the spiritual truth that brings lasting peace to your mind?